Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's me by Shirley. Thanks so much for joining me today. So this video is for hashtag Tag Tuesday, which is an open challenge run by myself, and anybody can join in, and it's every week I do it. I post all the prompts a month in advance here on YouTube on my community page, and at the end of the month, if you've at least joined in twice in the month, it'd be great if you could join in every week, but we know that everybody's got things going on. But if you join in at least twice, plus other people who join in every week, you go into a prize draw, and if your name's picked out at the end, or I might pick two out, sometimes I do, there'll be a little crafty prize at the end. So to join in, you can either make a video here on YouTube using hashtag Tag Tuesday, hosted by myself, handmade by Shirley, or you can also share it on any of your social media platforms using the hashtag so that I can see your project, and you can just tag me in there, handmade by Shirley, and yeah. So this week's prompt is shells. So I've gone ahead and I have got my tag ready, and I've cut some shells and things from a bit of paper that I had in my stash. I don't know what it is. I've also got actually some shells that I've collected from the beach recently. Some of these are like obviously sea urchin shells. I can't remember what beach these are from, but I did collect them. I think they might be from Tentsmuir Beach in Tayport, which is in Fife, Scotland. And then I've got some of these lovely sort of little trinkets that I might add, because they've got a couple of shells in there, so I might add that to them as well. So I've got my tag, which I've measured at, this time slightly wider, so it's 4 inches by 6 3/4, and then I've got this piece of paper. I was going to use that side, but I thought that the shells here got lost, so I'm going to use this side. And these shells come from that same paper pad, which I do not know the name of it, but it's a really nice paper pad. So I am just going to glue this on top. Now I noticed that my last couple of videos were a bit blurry, so I'm hoping this one's not blurry. I've not really done any changes to my settings that I'm aware of. So I'm looking through the camera and it doesn't look blurry, so hopefully that's good. So anyway, let's carry on. So I'm just going to pop this onto the top, like that. And that's that. And then I'm going to get my crocodile, which is, where have I moved it? You see, I've moved it somewhere. Let's get my eyelets down now. Crocodile, she says. Bear with me for a second. I think it is up here. Not in there. Ooh. Oh dear. What have I done with it? Because I've been tidying up this shelves and getting everything in order, I can't actually see it, and I've just bashed the camera, folks, sorry. No, that's not it. That's not it. I don't know what I've done with it. Must be right about here somewhere. I don't know. Disappeared. Right, well, I need to fix that later when I find it. I don't know what I've done with it. I can't see it at all. Right, so anyway, we'll just forget about that just now. And I'm just going to add some of these shells that I've cut out from that paper, because it's shells. This shells, and this is kind of sort of stuff other stuff. So just going to go into that corner there, like that. Got a wipe because it's a bit sticky. I've got a smaller amount of shells. Where's the other shells? No, I had a few more than that, did I not? Oh, for goodness sake. I probably knocked them in the floor. Right, I've got some other ones, so I'm going to pop, let's move these up, pop that one, I think, onto the bottom there. Starfish and a sort of scallop. Don't ask me what that one's called, I haven't got a clue. Right, I've got some of these. I've got another wee scallop and don't know what that is. And this tiny wee one. So let me just get my tweezers. I can wonder where that crocodile is. It's weird. I do not know. Strange. I don't know what I've done with it. That's what happens when you tidy things up, isn't it? And that's a bit much. Let's just put one there. Sweet tiddler. Still got lots of glue on here. Put that there as well. That's quite nice. Right, so I've got, as I say, I've got these shells as well, which might be quite nice just to pop on, just to give it a bit more. Oops. Don't know how easy that will stay on. It might do. Maybe not so easy. Let's see if we've got any more shells actually on this page somewhere. We must have. Let's see, because there's these little bits as well, so we must have shells. There's a seahorse. We're not really going to put a seahorse, I don't think, in it. That's got a shell on it, that bottle. Let's just chop that up. I thought these other shells would have stayed on, but I don't think. I think I probably need my glue gun for that, and I don't have that out. So I probably can't use that. So we could have that just kind of there. Just stuck some of these on to actually, I've got a piece of, if I can get it, it's like some cardboard here, which I might stick onto the back just to hold that bit up a bit. So if that can go onto there, that, and then just push that up a bit. That's fine, that'll work. Or I might just have it like that instead of trying to do it at a jaunty angle. Let's see if there's anything else we can kind of add. That's not shells. They're not shells either. Here's the page that I cut these from. So I cut these from this page. So there are some shells there. Let me just get my smaller scissors and let's just cut that one. So we can have that one as well. And there's one up the top here. There's actually two up the top. we can just add, because I don't think, as I say, these other shells are going to stick on very easily on this one. So let's just chop these, and we can maybe add some dimension to these ones as well. It'll be interesting to see what everybody else does, because I always like to see what other people create. It's quite interesting, because other people interpret things so differently. Right, let's see if that's going to go on there without... I think we need to cut it a bit less than that. Oh, so if we just put a wee bit on there, and then put that on the back, that just lifts it up. And we can just pop that on somewhere, maybe down there, like that. That's good. And then we've got a couple of other wee shells here. So I'm just going to do that one on down flat. There's my little bit of... That's fine. Now what are we looking like? Yeah, it's okay. And then we've got this one as well, which is a sort of starfish. That's probably more of a starfish, but there are some sort of shells as well there. Very small ones. So just going around that a wee bit. Around that, like that. Let's see where we could pop that one, maybe down there on the corner. Oops, not there. The corner. Right, I've got this shell. I wonder if this one would work. This should work because it's got a sort of, well, sort of flat, not flat, but sort of more a bit that would stick on. So we could add that one. Just keep it there for a minute or two. Maybe I could add some of these bits, but they are quite big, so I don't know. Maybe that would stick. Probably need wet glue really to, not wet glue, I mean, what do you call it, glue gun. But I think they might stick. Now this is a far too big shell, I think that's far too big. It's not going to stick on, so I'm going to get this little trinket thing here. And just take out these ones. Oops. So I've got two of these. I've got one of these as well. So let's see, how could we do it? Let's see if we can just add a wee bit on there. I think that will stick on there. Hopefully, she says. Yep, that'll work. It will eventually stick, it's just not quite sticking for this. And then I'm going to just pop this seahorse on as well. That's just going to go up here. Oh. She says making a horrible mess. It will stick, because the last two I put on with this glue and it did stick. It just takes a wee while to set. And I think that's probably all I'm going to put on, actually, because, oh no, don't put that in the bin, I'm going to use that. Because I think I don't want to overpower it with stuff, and I mean I could, as I say, I can put this wee one on, I'm sure, somewhere. Maybe, oops, maybe sort of, oops, up here or something. Well, that will stick eventually. I'll show you it later when it's dried. And that bit's stuck on, so I wonder if I could just put that piece on here, just here. Oh. And that will stick eventually. There we go. And what I'm going to do now is, and I did have that one, that was quite nice too. Would I go on with the colours? Nope, just leave it, that's all I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll come back in a second once I find my crocodile. I find my crocodile and I've got my eyelet in, and yeah, I've got two ribbons here. I've got a pink one and a sort of blue organza one as well, so I thought we'd just do two today. So we'll just finish off with them, and then that will be my tag complete for Shirley's prompt. So as I say, I always look forward to what people are doing, what their sort of interpretation of these prompts are. It's quite interesting to see what everybody does, and I am in awe of what people do, because they're just great things, and it's just a fun challenge to take part in. If that's something you think you'd like to, feel free to do so. You don't have to, as I say, do a video. You can just put it on social media with the hashtag Tag Tuesday, and it's hosted by me, Shirley, handmade by Shirley. So there we go. We've got our two bits of ribbon in. I'm just going to chop off that extra piece there. And so that is my tag for hashtag Tag Tuesday, and the prompt is shells. So thanks so much for watching. Do head over to my community page where you can also post and have a look, because there's a couple of ladies who post there as well regularly. And thanks so much for watching. See you.